Hey, hey, where are all my frustrated, up against the wall, stuck, ready to lose their marbles friends out there? Today I want to talk about 6 do's that you can try to implement, utilize, systems that you can use, tricks that you can use to help your business get unstuck when you feel like you're up against the wall. So, welcome to today's Daily Dose of Awesome, your 15 minutes of inspiration, motivation, and education to get you cooking and rolling in your business. So, if you haven't met me before, I'm Tracy Chalmers, and I'm one of the mentors here in the community, and I'm thrilled and very privileged to be with all of you today. And when you're hopping on, pop in your where you're coming in from. Let me know what the weather is like there, because I will tell you, I don't know if you can hear it, but the thunder and the rumbling, and I even think there might be some lightning happening out there right now. They're calling for a brutal rainstorm here up in Western Canada. I'm in Alberta. And they're saying that the temperature is going to drop so low tonight that we are expecting snow overnight. I'm not ready for that. So let me know where you're coming in from and what your weather's like. And if your weather's fantastic, maybe I need to come visit you. Hey, Chuck, from a stormy South Carolina. Oh, of course you are, South Carolina. Stay safe. All my friends out there on the East Coast, be safe. Do what you need to do and listen to authorities, please. Just be safe, okay? So I guess I really don't have a lot to complain about if we do get snow tonight, right, Chuck? So let me know where you're coming in from, and if this is the first time we've met, say hello, and I will give you a shout out later because I love meeting everybody in our community. So today I really want to talk about 6 do's that you can implement to help you get over that wall or unstuck or feeling good about your business again. Because you know what? We all hit these walls from time to time. We get frustrated. We get overwhelmed. Maybe we're feelings of like we're that hamster in that wheel, and it's just spinning and spinning and spinning, and we're really not getting anywhere. Hey, Chris, nice to see you. Thanks for checking in. Now, let me know. Drop a 1 in the comments if you've ever felt any of those feelings. Overwhelm, like you're running in mud, like your business just isn't going where, and it's not going fast enough. I know myself, I could drop oodles of 1s in the comments, because at different parts of the journey, different parts of the entrepreneurial journey, we get stuck from time to time. Oh, hey, you're in Western Canada as well, BC, right on. My daughter is out there going to university. So yeah, the weather out there is fantastic. Yeah, no snow here in Alberta, so we'll see. So I really want to recognize, and I also want to acknowledge that from time to time, we do get stuck. We get frustrated. We get to a point where we just don't know what to do. We kind of become paralyzed in overwhelm, right? Because perhaps we're just not knowing what to do next. So these 6 tips, I'm hoping, will be beneficial to you, and you can start implementing them today. Yeah, Bart, exactly. That would be me too. Because it doesn't matter where you are in your journey, you will get stuck from time to time. So implementing these strategies, these tips, can be very beneficial. I know they work for me, and I know they've worked for many others in our community. So I want to share those with you today. So, these are really defining moments as an entrepreneur. And this is what, in my humble opinion, often what makes or breaks an entrepreneur's success journey. And it's how you get through these moments. They're very defining. It's how you get through these moments that kind of, see what kind of cloth you're cut from, right? It's that kind of feel. So I want you to think about these things in your own business as we're going through them. Jot them down. Grab a pencil and a paper. Jot them down, or watch on replay and pick up these tips and maybe make a note of them. Put them on a whiteboard. Put them on a Post-it or a sticky on your desk, so that when you have a moment of kind of thing, right? Like we all do, look at them. Perhaps they'll shake you out of it, okay? Number 1, stay hungry. Stay curious. What is your reason for doing this? Think about that. What is your reason for doing this? Stay curious in your journey. That curiosity is going to move you forward, okay? Now, I hope you're not doing this just for money. And I'll tell you my thought on this, because if you're doing it just for money, everything you do will have commission breath. So think of the reasons that you're doing this in a bigger way, a bigger scale. And I don't want you to think about your why. All right? Tip number 1, stay hungry, Michael. That's right. You know, I don't want you to think about your why. And this is a bigger conversation for another day, another DDOA. And we coach on this in a big way in our community. But, you know, when you think about your why, and many uplines teach, you know your why, your why needs to make you cry, all that kind of stuff. Your why keeps you stuck. And I wouldn't recommend it. And you know, you speak to any of the mentors here in our community, and no one here would recommend you identify your why. Instead, you really want to look at the reasons around wanting to do this, because your why is an emotional state. Your why is a judgment as to why you're doing this, right? As to why you're doing this. It's a judgment. It's an emotional state. It keeps you stuck. Instead, think about your bigger reasons for doing this. Be more evaluative in deciding what it is that you're after in this industry. And if you're thinking of just money, often your prospects will see that commission breath on you, and they'll smell it a mile away. But you know, that's a bigger conversation for another day. And I know there's been other DDOAs on this, but I just wanted to bring this back down for a moment and just recognize that you need to stay curious and hungry, right? Hi, Jan. Nice to see you here. Yeah, you know what, Bart, you're right. Having a why has never served me, because for me, my why is, it drums up emotional stuff. And I'm not interested in emotions. I'm interested in tested, in evaluation and logic and proven results, a whole bunch of other things besides what an emotional why drums up. Yeah, so I agree with you, Bart, completely. Number 2 is call yourself out on your excuses. You know, get rid of your junk. Call yourself out on your own BS. You know, as mentors in this community, sometimes we have to talk the tough love. Sometimes we have to love with, you know, with compassion and still call you out a little bit. And I'm challenging you to do that for yourself. Call yourself out on your own excuses. You know, things like, I'm too busy, or I don't have enough time. Oh, I don't have enough money. You know, oh, I can't afford that startup package. You know, oh, I don't have the skills for that. I suck at. Call yourself out on your excuses. No excuses, Michael. Exactly. So call yourself out and get skilled at doing that. And, you know, when you're in an emotional stuck state of excuses, think about this and say, okay, what is this really about? Is it really that I don't have time? Is it really that I can't afford that mentoring? Is it really true that I can't squeeze in an hour a day to do this work, or, you know, build an ad or perfect and hone my craft? You know, often your excuses are the mask for what's really underneath. Okay, so often it's things like lack of confidence, self-esteem, fear of failure, fear of success. Drop me a 2 if any of this is resonating with you. It's often, you're skirting the issue with your excuses. You're masking what the real root is. And I want you to recognize that excuse, okay? So number 3, evaluate. We've heard this word before, haven't we? Evaluate what it's really about, okay? Look for the root cause of it. You know, when you talk about time or lack of money or lack of skill sets, maybe it's lack of trust in yourself. Maybe it's your beliefs. Maybe it's money mindset. Maybe you have limiting beliefs around money that stem from your childhood. Maybe there's other barriers that you need to evaluate that are the root, the actual root cause of your excuses. Is that making sense? Give me some thumbs up and some hearts, or even drop us some thumbs up in the comments if this is making sense, if you see where I'm going with this. We will on the surface, we'll be like, oh, I don't have time. Or, oh, that's just too expensive. I don't have money. Well, you know what? If you want it bad enough, and if it matters enough, you will find the time. You will find the money. Okay? Sometimes making those excuses is an easy way out if you fail. Does that make sense? Because I know for me, early on in my entrepreneurial journey, I was terrified of making a mistake. I was really scared of failure. I'm a little bit afflicted with perfectionism, and I'm working on that. Hi, my name's Tracy, and I'm a perfectionist. But it's something that I'm working on. And the fear of failure, that was gripping. Let me know if you can resonate with this. How many of you have been gripped by fear because of perfection and fear of failure? It was gripping. And sometimes, with mentoring some of the people in our community, it's easier to say, I don't have time or I don't have money, rather than avoid what potentially could happen, what you're really, really scared of. Okay? Makes sense, Chuck? Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, totally. Because I'm speaking from experience. I know that has been my issue in the past. So I'm certain that if you can get to the root cause of what it is that is what your excuses are really about, you could break through that feeling of stuckness, of the wall, of overwhelm. All right? So look at your mindset blocks. Look at the reasons why you're playing it safe. There, I just said why. Eek, right? Think about the reasons that you're playing this game safe. Okay? Number 4, get out of the box. Get out of your comfort zone. That's why you're playing it safe. All right? So think about that. Often the curiosity around what could be, and the curiosity around the future and the goals and dreams you have will not come to fruition if you stay inside your box, if you don't get curious. Okay? So get outside of your comfort zone, challenge yourself, push the boundaries. And often you're stuck in that place of overwhelm because you're just spinning your wheels and you won't push yourself outside of that comfort zone. So get curious, be resourceful, be a problem solver. Think about ways you can solve problems for others. When you're looking at impacting others and solving problems for others, that will often push you beyond your own fear, because your goal and your soul and your mind just wants to help others. All right? So find solutions. Be a solution provider. Number 5, keep doing what you're doing that works. So when you're stuck in a situation and you don't know what to do, take a step back. Sometimes it's okay to take a step back and redirect or reevaluate. Set your trajectory to a different course. If you were going this way and you were stuck and you're hitting a wall, take a step back and move away and do something different. So go back to what works. Take that step back, evaluate what was working, figure out what was working, and go back to that and get yourself back in momentum. Get yourself back into the groove, right? Always master the basics before jumping onto the squirrel. I was mentoring someone just earlier this week, in fact, and he was stuck with trying to do too much too soon when he hadn't yet mastered the basics. So my advice to him was go back to what you were doing that was working, and don't worry about that stuff yet until you've mastered the basic skills. The beauty of our community is that we have so many available resources to you, things that you can implement that are done for you, or that you can utilize that are already built for you, that you don't need to go out and build your own until you're truly ready. Utilize that. Okay, good, Annette. I'm glad to hear that. That's excellent. So utilize what's already working, what's proven to work. Go back to the basics. Don't feel that you need to be taking over your list or building your own capture pages, 2 months into the game if you're not ready for it. That's okay, right? So go back to what works and evaluate those things and do more of it. And that should help you move out of your stuck state, help you move and get you back into action, okay? And number 6, stop trying to figure it all out on your own, right? We have an incredible community to plug into. Plug into resources. Lone wolves don't often make it far, right? It takes a village, doesn't it? And this is our village. And we're very fortunate to have some really incredible talent, incredible people, hearts of gold, big bursting hearts in this community that want to see other people succeed. So plug into what is available to you. We've got our community here at Elite Marketing Pro. You've got your upline. Perhaps they are folks that you can plug into. There's a lot of great uplines out there. All right, plug into that. Think about mentorship. Maybe you're just trying to do it on your own, but maybe you do need some mentorship, right? Our community has incredible levels of mentorship that are available to you. And sometimes we know what we know. We also know what we don't know. But where a mentor can help you move forward is they can help you recognize things that you don't know. Drop me a 5 if that has ever happened to you. That you suddenly, like a light bulb has gone off. It's like, whoa, I didn't even know I didn't know that. Because I know for me that's happened. You think you know everything and you think you got a handle on this, and then somebody points something out and fills you in and you're like, whoa, I didn't even know I didn't know that, right? So that's where mentors can really be effective in your strategy for your business. Yes, Jan, the family does rock. I agree. So think about mentorship, and you've got a gold mine sitting right here in your hands with our family. And I encourage you to plug into it a little bit more, all right? Now, think about accountability partners. Perhaps there's someone right here in our community that you could partner up with and bounce ideas and hold each other accountable. Sometimes those kind of things help. You don't need to do this all on your own, all right? So there are 6 tips to help you move forward when you've hit a wall in your business. There are other things that work as well, but you don't want to overwhelm and have too many things to go with. But I thought these 6 were, pivotal. And I know I personally used them myself. I know other mentors and, us as the leadership team have used them here at Elite Marketing Pro. So I thought it'd be beneficial to share it with all of you today. So if you got value from this, give me a #value and tag other peeps here in our community that you feel need to see this. Tag them on here so that they can watch it and have some tools in their toolbox to help them get unstuck instead of, throwing their arms up and going, oh, forget it, I quit, I can't do this, right? Be resourceful, get yourself unstuck. And here's 6 tips that may help you with it, right? I like that. Good, awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. That was your #1 tip today. All right, guys, as always, I am privileged and honored to be here in the community talking to all of you. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. Stay safe over there on the East Coast. And I will be thinking of all of you. All right, have a fantastic day. Bye.